Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be over the 5 most likely election scenarios. Now you can kind of see where this is going, and you may think, oh, this guy's going to do like all for Biden, he's so biased. But no, I'm going to be doing 3 for Biden and 2 for Trump, just because, yes, I do think Biden is going to win, as he is leading by double digits now in the polls, which is huge. But yeah, I will just be going over the most likely election scenarios, and I will be doing 5 of them, and then I will be doing each candidate's landslide victory. But yeah, we will get into that after I am done characterizing all of the safe/likely but still safe states. Okay. And I forgot to do Colorado and New Hampshire. Alright. But so first I'm going to be going over Biden victory, Trump victory, Biden victory, Trump victory, and then Biden victory. So the first victory for Biden, he wins all of the states that Clinton did in 2016. He gets her margin, and then he wins Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. But then he loses, let's say, Iowa, Maine 2nd District. He loses Nebraska's 2nd District. He loses Ohio, he loses North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Texas, and Arizona. Basically the classic 278-260 scenario, which obviously has a decent chance of happening. And I would say that this is one of the more likely scenarios. But personally, this would not be my election prediction. And, I could see where this could definitely take place. I could definitely see this happening if the election narrows up. But as of right now, I do not think that this will be the scenario. But like I said, it definitely could if the election does narrow up. Now let's look at a Trump victory. Trump victory would look like an Arizona being a lean, Texas being a lean, Georgia being a lean, Florida being a lean, North Carolina I would put as lean or tilt, Ohio being a lean, Iowa being a lean. And then when it comes to the Rust Belt, I would say he wins Pennsylvania, and he wins Wisconsin. Then Joe Biden carries up Minnesota and Michigan. This would be a Trump win scenario. I would say one of his more likely scenarios, but if I'm going to be doing Rust Belt, I will put Michigan in his column, just because if he does win Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, which I don't think he will, then he would most likely pick up Michigan, even though Biden is leading him by 8. If things do somehow narrow up, basically a remake of 2016. And if this is like one of his better scenarios, I would put Nevada in his column. And I wouldn't put New Hampshire just because Biden's leading by double digits. Alrighty. So 1 Trump win, 1 Biden win so far. Oh, and I forgot to characterize Nebraska's 2nd District and Maine 2nd District. But they would be pretty much the same as I put them before. Alrighty, now this one would be a South sweep for Biden. He wins Arizona by a lean margin. He wins Nevada. He wins Florida. And he wins Georgia. And he would win Minnesota, because I just don't see that going in Trump's column. But he loses pretty much the entire Rust Belt. He loses Nebraska's 2nd District. He loses Maine's 2nd District. He loses Ohio. He could pick up NC, but for the sake of it, I'm going to be putting it... Or actually, yeah, I'll put it in Joe Biden's column if this is a South sweep. And this would be his, like, South sweep scenario. He could win Texas, but in a normal scenario, I just don't see Joe Biden winning Texas. But as you see, Donald Trump does well in the Rust Belt. I could definitely put this scenario as Donald Trump winning Minnesota. I just don't see it happening unless it's a landslide victory for Donald Trump. Alrighty. Oh, accidentally uncategorized Illinois. But anyway, now let's get on to Donald Trump's 2nd victory, which would be he picks up Arizona, because he pretty much needs Arizona. He picks up Georgia, he picks up Florida, he picks up North Carolina, and he picks up Nevada, he picks up Iowa, he picks up Ohio. So pretty much a 2016 scenario, except he does win New Hampshire. Because surprisingly, even though the polls show Joe Biden leading by 10% in New Hampshire, Donald Trump still has a 17% chance of victory, which I find astounding. But if I had to guess why that is, I would say that it's because of the low population in New Hampshire, which could cause it to sway a lot more. Just of like, say 30,000 people. This is hypothetical, but 30,000 people switch their minds. Then obviously that would drastically move to Trump. That's just what I would think. So for the sake of it, I will put New Hampshire in there. And I would see the same exact scenario happening, except with, this is kind of an overused scenario, but Donald Trump winning Wisconsin. So basically either one of those scenarios would be used for this. Alrighty. Now this would be a Biden scenario. Biden picks up Minnesota, or this would basically be a North sweep. He sweeps the North. He wins Wisconsin, he wins Michigan, he wins Pennsylvania, he wins Iowa, and he wins Ohio. And then he wins Nebraska's 2nd district, not by likely, and then he wins Maine's 2nd district. But he loses pretty much the entire South. And I definitely could see this happening. This would be a very unlikely scenario, in my opinion. Could see it happening. But as a North sweep, I do have to put Iowa and Ohio in Joe Biden's column. And I don't see that happening. But these are the 5 most likely scenarios, in my opinion. And I think that this definitely could happen for Joe Biden. But I don't see it happening. Alrighty, now I am going to be going over each candidate's landslide victories. They just do astounding. They just sweep the polls. They just win everything. And no, I would not put this as 538, as Joe Biden's highest scenario is 513. I won't be doing that because that's very unrealistic, because in that scenario he wins Montana, South Dakota, Missouri, Kansas, Mississippi, which I could see happening because he actually has a better chance of winning Mississippi than Trump does winning Michigan. And then he wins South Carolina, Indiana, and I just don't see that happening. And then I'm pretty sure he wins Tennessee and Alabama, and Alaska and Louisiana. I just don't see that happening. So I'm not going to be doing a scenario like that. But I will put these as toss-ups for the sake of being, because I am going to be doing Joe Biden's first, which I would think Minnesota likely, the entire Rust Belt likely, Iowa lean, Ohio lean, New Hampshire would be safe if this were best case scenario. Maine's 2nd district would be lean. Nebraska's 2nd district would be likely. Nevada would be likely. Colorado would be safe. Arizona would be likely. Virginia would be safe. North Carolina would be lean. Georgia would be lean. Florida would actually be likely. Texas, I will put this in Joe Biden's column if this is a best case scenario. And I would put Joe Biden as winning. Alaska loses Montana, loses Indiana, not by a total margin, by a likely. And then he loses South Carolina, which obviously is not surprising if he loses South Carolina, Indiana, and Montana. And if he wins Alaska, it'd be by 0.3 percentage points, the margin that Trump won Michigan by. And the reason why I put Alaska in this, and honestly, I should put Missouri as lean because Donald Trump's leading by 5% in the polls. But the reason I put Alaska is because out of Alaska, Montana, Missouri, and South Carolina, Alaska has around a 21-23% chance of going to Joe Biden. Huge. I mean, South Carolina is 15% chance, which is actually the same exact chance that Donald Trump has of actually winning the election, which I think is crazy. And In Missouri, Donald Trump's only leading by 5 in the polls. I mean, I think that it would be astounding and unrealistic if Alaska went to Biden, but this is a very, very best case scenario. Alrighty. Now let's move on to Donald Trump's best case scenario. Okay, just let me... This takes a while because I don't have, a mouse. Or I do, except it is not with me currently. Okay, a Donald Trump best case scenario. Oh yeah, and New Hampshire. Okay, Montana, safe. Nevada, lean. Arizona, lean. Colorado, tilt. New Mexico, tilt. Missouri, safe. Iowa, likely. Ohio, likely. Indiana, safe. Minnesota, tilt. Wisconsin, tilt. Michigan, tilt. Or actually, this is a best case scenario. So, New Hampshire, tilt. North Carolina, tilt. South Carolina, safe. Alaska, safe. Georgia, likely. Texas, likely. Florida, lean. Virginia, lean. New Jersey, lean. And Maine, 2nd District, likely. And Nebraska, 2nd District, lean. So this is what I would classify as a Donald Trump best case scenario. And actually Oregon as lean Democrat. This is what I would put as a Donald Trump best case scenario. He just sweeps the floor. Very unrealistic because, personally, I think New Mexico would go for Biden, and same with Colorado, Nevada, and New Hampshire. But this is a best case scenario, so we have to do what would be best for Donald Trump. Don't think this will happen, as Biden is now leading it double digits in the polls, which is basically a 100% guaranteed victory. But this is a best case scenario, so I will categorize New Mexico for Donald Trump. And this is what I think a Donald Trump best case scenario would look like, and obviously the last Biden, and then the other 5 scenarios. But yeah, thank you for stopping by and watching this video. If you made it to the end, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then that like button. And I will see you guys later.